What's up? JC Santana coming to you from the Institute of Human Performance. We want to show you the latest and greatest, the drip of all drips with Project Rock, sponsored, full blown. And check it out. See the little thing here? The back has got that little, and let me show you why it's got that little thing. Let me show you. Because this is part of the drip. See? See? The little details. Anyways, I've been asked, and you asked the wrong guy, let me tell you. What 3 books do I recommend? And I'm not a reader. I am not a reader. I'm a listener. I like to listen to people. I'll tell you why I'm not a reader. I'm not a reader because it takes me if I'm really going to capture something, if I'm really into a book, it takes me about a month to finish a little book like this. Why? Because I'll read through a pair and then a sentence hits me. A paragraph hits me, a concept hits me, and I'll put the book down and I'll start thinking about how that pertains to my life. I start writing notes, I write an article, I do a presentation. So I synthesize what I just read that touched me into why it touched me and try to phrase it in a way where I can ask you, does this touch you? Understand? So it's almost like a perpetual teacher type of thing. And so I'm always trying to, when I find something beautiful, I want to try to teach it because I want other people to have it. Not because I want to be a teacher, because I want other people to have it. It's just like this. Every time that I used to travel, when I used to travel all over the world, right? And I would stand in front of something beautiful like the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, Russian Square, whatever, the Great Wall of China. I always wished my loved ones were with me so they could witness that. When I read something like that, important, I feel the same way. I wish that everybody could feel what I feel. I wish everybody could see the beauty in this, the importance in this. And then I try to put it in a form where I disseminate it. And that takes time. Then I'm back to the book. So it could be a day, it could be an hour, it could be a week before I get back to the book exactly where I left off. And you can imagine reading a small book like this would take a long time. But for those of you who move, for those of you who have children, for those of you who want to know the importance of movement in education, in your cognitive function, in your intelligence, this is the book of all books. Smart Moves, Why Learning is Not All in Your Head. I'm a Cuban, and I come from a traditional man culture. The man's the man, the woman's the woman. And like my father used to say, I am the man of the house. I have the first and last say. Listen to this. I have the first and last say in the house. However, between the first and the last say, there's a lot of says. And you know what he meant? He meant that I have an initial inclination as to what we're going to do, what direction we're going to take, but I'm going to consult my better half, which is my wife. And then the conversation. And I would say 80% of the time, he decided to do what my mom wanted because my mom was the more educational one. And she had the thing on finances. She was an accountant. She had the thing on direction. She was the person that could get along in society. So if there was a decision to be made on how to approach somebody, she would have the angle. If there was a negotiation, she would have the angle. So he had the first and last say, but in between the first and the last say, there was a lot of says. And usually the last say was my mom's say. So, but if you want to know what's happened to the modern man, look at this. These are 2 books. The same thing. You can read either one from 2000 and 2007. Boys Adrift and War Against Boys. I'm going to put this in one category. You can get either one. And you can see the assault on your brothers, on your husbands, on your children that has taken place in the last 20 years, 17 to 20 years. It's not now. Now you're seeing, now you're seeing the aftermath, okay? This is when it started, all right? The assault on boys, what they were doing to boys 20 years ago that ended up in the beta males of today, okay? The 3rd book is the one I'm writing now, okay? Principles, Values, and Virtues. I don't even know if there's going to be a better title. That was the working title, and I think I'm going to leave it because it's very, very Functional. It's not sexy. It's not futuristic. It's not mystical. It's what's the book about? About principles, values, and virtues. I don't know what it's about, but I know that it's about important stuff because all those things are very important. So I'm assuming the book is going to be what are these things, how they relate to each other, and how they relate to me. Exactly. So that one is going to be one for the ages. It's my first book outside of fitness. And I think it's going to be my legacy book. It will not be my last one, but it's going to be the one that turned the corner. Because, I crushed fitness with about 16, 17 books, 18 books. Okay? Written everything there is to write about modalities, function, and all that stuff. Now we're going to start writing about life, and this is my first one. I think it's going to be my best one.